Hello students, so today we are going to discuss about the 7th chapter topic. So we was discussing about the table, the population of the Vishakhapatnam. So here we have given the years from the 1901 to 2011 and also how much the population in every decade. So in 1901 if we see the population, then we have 40,892, and also they have given the percentage change. So if we see what we can observe in the table is that for every decade the population is increasing and the percentage change is also increasing. Like you can see in the 1901 the population is 40,892, then in 1911 it is 43,414, and in 1921 44,711. So it means you can see here that for every year decade it is increasing, the population is increasing day by day, and at the same time the percentage change is also increasing. So the Indian settlements in the hierarchy. So the census of our India, if we see, it organizes and it is settlements in India using the certain criteria. If we see, if we have a table in the table 3, here the census department and its definitions of the various settlements types are given. So if we see, if we read them carefully, and we can complete that exercise. So we have given a pyramid given in the next page, so that if we see the bottom part of the pyramid, it is showing what the lowest level of the settlements hierarchy and according to our Indian census. And if we see upside the mega cities, it is the topmost, it means the highest level. So if we see here in the table 3 the Indian settlements in the hierarchy, so first of all we have the settlement type, and next criteria used, and next examples. So coming to the mega cities, what is the criteria used here? Thus, if the city is having more than 10 million people, then it will comes under the mega cities. Like for examples, the greater Mumbai, it has a population of 18.4 million, and next is Delhi and population is 16.3 million, and coming to Kolkata, it has a population of 14.1 million. Next, coming to the metropolitan cities, the cities which having the population between only 1 million and the million pulse cities, it is the population which have the 10 million. So for the metropolitan cities, the examples are like the Chennai and Hyderabad. In Chennai we have the population of 8.6 million, and in Hyderabad we have 7.2 million. And coming to the million pulse cities, so it is a example of the Ahmedabad, and it has a 6.2 million. Coming to the cities, so the urban areas which are having population between from the 1 lakh to 1 million. So coming to the towns, whatever all the urban areas, they have the population between the 5,000 to 1 lakh, and they are called as towns. And revenues and census villages, like a village with having the defined borders, and the hamlets, a group of houses within the revenue villages. So about this example population, you need to find out that what are the cities are examples of these urban areas and towns and revenue. Urbanization in India. So in our country, in India, if we see nearly 350 million, that is one third of the population, they are living in the cities and towns. Yes, it is true, right? So many people from the villages, they are moving to the cities because in villages they doesn't get the proper employment opportunities to earn the income. So they are shifting to the towns and cities. So nearly one third of the population, they are living in the cities and the towns. People having been increasingly taking up non-agriculture work and living in the cities and towns. So people are who, because they are not getting the proper works in the villages like agriculture works, so that people are they are leaving the agriculture work and they are starting to do the work in the cities and towns, and they are starting to do as a non-agriculture work. So this process is this process is known as the urbanization. A considerable section of population in the 1950s lived in 5.6 lakhs villages, and there were only 5 cities that had the population of more than the 1 million. In the year of 1950, the population lived how much? 5.6 lakhs in the villages, and in only 5 cities they have the population of more than 1 million, and each number of the cities with 1 lakh population, and it was around the 40. So as per 2011 census, what happened, the number of villages has increased to 6.4 lakhs. So it was before 5.6 lakhs and it is increased to 6.4 lakhs, and about in that villages 850 million people they are living in these villages. So there are three cities here like the Mumbai, Delhi and Kolkata. It has a 10 million people each in each city. So there are more than 50 cities that have the population with the 1 million and above than the 1 million. So by these, in urbanization we got the increase. So whatever the basic infrastructure, the facilities they have there, they can support this growth is grossly insufficient, because the people are shifting to the cities, the urbanization is increasing, then they need infrastructure facilities like roads, drainage, electricity, water and other public facilities they need. So government has intervention in making some of the headway improving the urban infrastructure, particularly those associated with the road transport. So here, when the public facilities, the infrastructure facilities when the urbanization is increasing, then definitely the infrastructure facilities also increase. So they are insufficient like roads, drainage, electricity, water, other public facilities, so that the government has make it that it has started the improving the urban infrastructure facilities, particularly about the road transport, it started increasing. However, if we see the electricity and water and health, all these infrastructure facilities are insufficient only. Just a road transport, it has improved, because the transporting of goods and services, it will be important to send, so that the road transport has increased, but the remaining the electricity, water and health, these facilities are not sufficient only. So for poorer people in the cities and towns who are living, their situation is very worst here. So how does the urban India contribute to India's economic development? It means in our India, the urbanization, it is contributing to our Indian economic development or not. So the service activities like in the service sector, like the IT, information technology and finance, insurance, real estate, and the business related, all the service activities such as like transport. It means if somebody is doing the business, so all these activities which are related to the service activities, these are the, there is no any major growth of industrial output if we see over the few last decades. So most of the outputs, they are coming from the service activities only. Living in the city or moving into the cities and towns, it is a boon only for a few, although whatever the level of poverty in the urban areas is there, it is related to lower than the what is noticed in our rural areas. So there is, if we compare, then there is a very huge gap between the average income of the low income families and the high income families. So this gap has also been increasing in the same way in the towns and cities also. Whatever the income earned in the urban areas, like the people by the SCs and STs, there are lower than the other caste groups. So in the year of 2009 to 2010, only about 1/6 of the urbanities they are belonging to the caste, other castes, as then the SCs and STs were poor. Whereas in the case of these SC and STs urbanities, the poverty level is double in these castes. So most of the poor, they are living in the metropolitan towns, and they will work in the unorganized sectors only. Most of the population has increased in the cities and towns, and they have took place the consequence of the natural growth in the urban areas. So the population in the urban areas has increased at that time. So some of the growth in the urban settlements, they have took place by the expansion. So with the inclusion of the rural areas which are surrounding the older cities and towns, here only the 1/5 of the growth in the rural to urban problems of urbanization. So what are the problems of because of this urbanization? Increasing the urbanization is not just all about the greater opportunities for the people, but more economic productivity, etc. also. So if the urbanization is getting increased day by day, then it is all about the people will get the more greater opportunities, and also our economic productivity will also increase. But it also have some problems, that the growing the population in the urbanization has to be housed. So how the people will uh, grow, the growth will be increased, then definitely for the people, they need the houses, right? And also the major problem is that they need the water supply. So if there is no water, then they won't survive the life here. The water supply and the sewage and the other waste disposal and transportation is a major thing here that we need, and the many other things also there which are which will face the problems, so that all these result in the environmental stress for them. If the vehicle uses increases, then in urban areas the air population will also increases, then it can cause the health problems. So that and it also localized with the climatic change, then with because of the climatic change also, because of this population, and because of population is increased and the pollution is also increasing by using the vehicles, then it can cause the problems by the climatic changes also. So improper sewage disposal, it can lead to the it can get a greater threat to the people, and also it can get very infecting the diseases for the people they can get. So it is one of the impact of the increased urbanization is the use of materials that which are either they do not degrade or take a long time to do. So this produces the waste and they have to be disposed of. So as day by day the urban areas which are expanding, then the waste is also increasingly, it is pushed to the rural areas, and they have either just jumped or taken to the waste treatment plants. So it is overall, it is nothing but the problem is problems of urbanization is how the population is increasing in the cities and towns. Then because of this, the supplying facilities will also decreasing. Why? Because they definitely, the problems which the people will face is that water supply and the transportation. So major is the water supply, transportation, and houses for everyone settlement. So all these problems they'll face. So because of these improper things, then they can because of using the vehicle slot, then they can get the air pollution, and also they can get the health issues also. The next is Aerotropolis. So it is a kind of new settlement is happening in many countries, like including in our India also, a new different type of settlements in different countries and in our India also. So these settlements are centered, and it means it will be, these places are nearby to the airport, so hence the name of the Aerotropolis or is nothing but the airport city, we call it as in shortcut. So in and the Aerotropolis, what will happen, the airport functions as a city in its own right. It means near to the these airports, what they will do, they will provide the facilities, many facilities, like keeping the hotels and shopping, entertainment, food, business conferences, etc. All this will they will provide at that place, because whoever the people will come to the airport for the purpose of meetings or conference or whatever it may be, then they can they need some facilities, so that the here the near the airport they will provide all these facilities for the food for eating the food, for doing any shopping, or for entertainment or any business conference. So after finishing their work right there, then they can go back to their places, other place for the other conference meeting, so that they will keep near to the airport all these facilities, and people can fly in conduct their businesses also with their counterparts right and there, and fly out with the comforts of a city without the traffic and the other problems. So after finishing all their weeks, and after finishing the business conferences, then they can go back with all the comforts. It means without any disturbances, without all the comforts of the city, they can go out, they can go back to their places without any traffic and without any other problems also. So some form of this Erythropolis, they are emerging in these places, like some of the places which are consist near the airport, all these facilities are like the here the our Indira Gandhi International Airport in our Delhi, and also the Rajiv Gandhi International Airport in our Hyderabad. So as the examples of the emerging these aerotropolis include, they also include the Suvarnabhumi International Airport, it is in Bangkok and Thailand, and Dubai International Airport like in UAE in Dubai, and the Cairo International Airport in Cairo in Egypt, and London the Heathrow Airport, it is in London and UK. So in our Indian history, what the geographical features, these are only the reason for the expansion. It means the geographical features are large in our country, so that is the only reason for the expansion of the settlement, and that's why the people are migrating from the one place to another place. So first is the geographical features are the main reason, and the migration of people is and the another reason. So people are migrating from one place to another places just because of that they won't get the good jobs opportunities or employment opportunities or good supplies like road, water supply, electricity. So they won't get a proper good supply. That's why they will move from the one place to another place for to get the good jobs and to get the good income opportunity. Migration, what is the meaning of migration here? The people moving from their places to other places in search of the better opportunities is known as migration. So what is the meaning of migration here? The people who are moving from their place to other place by searching the better good opportunities in the sense like jobs or whatever it may be, for their comfort zone. So for the better opportunities is called as the migrations. So the migration arise out of the various social and economic and the political reasons. So this migration can happen with the many reasons, and it arises out the various different reasons, like the social, or else the economic, or else the political. It may be any reasons in three of this.